There you go. We got it work. So,
hey, sorry.
Welcome back to the show. It is so cool to have you here. How are you today?
I'm well. It's really cool to see you again, Dan. Thanks for having me back on the show.
Yeah, awesome. So before we start, you know the drill. I had to give you an epic, proper, badass, super welcome for someone as amazing and awesome as you. So, there you go.
Thank you.
Epic.
Thank you. I love it.
So yeah, tell me what's new since our last interview.
Oh my gosh. Well, I was trying to remember if I spoke about the series, the comedy series that I was doing the last time we chatted. But so we've had that. That's kind of gone into post, just getting little like teaser trailers and announcements and all that sort of thing, which is great. Super, super fun. And then otherwise, I've just been working on a fantasy film, which is also, we've just finished all of our shooting, so we've gone into post-production for that, and that's something that I've been involved in from kind of the beginning of the process all the way to now. So it's just really cool to see something that you've like conceptualized and been a part of creating and like birthing in a way become something. So yeah, just kind of getting that ready to launch. Yeah,
that's amazing. And how has been like the whole audition process now that everything is starting to open like a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. Auditioning has definitely changed from what it was before the pandemic to what it is now. I mean, in some ways it's kind of getting back to a sense of normalcy. It's starting to kind of get back to being as regular as it was, but everything is self-tape now. I think I've had one audition that's in person, and otherwise everything is self-tape. So yeah, I mean, it's as much as it is, like I said, opening up, getting back to normal, it feels like it's a new game. And I think there are pros and cons to that. It's like, I just started to get comfortable with auditioning pre-pandemic, so now it's a whole new world, but it's also just a really cool new way of doing things. And I think it's opened up opportunities for a lot of people, and we're able to audition for things that we might not have had access to before. So it's cool. That's
cool. And what are some of the self-tape techniques that you learned during this whole audition process?
Honestly, just a lot about the technology. I'm not a very technological person. I try my best, but I'm not very good with the tech. And so I think the biggest thing has been figuring all of that out, and it's been really cool. It's been a steep learning curve, but it's been really awesome to before you would go into an audition and someone else would be taping it, and they would worry about sound and how it looked and if you were standing in the right place and what the backdrop was. And now you're kind of like cast and crew all in one in your little audition process. But I've loved learning about the cameras and the settings and the lighting and the sound and all of that sort of thing. So probably just has to do with the technical aspect of it, because the acting is relatively the same. I mean, it is a little different, but for the most part it's pretty similar.
Yeah, that's so cool. I heard that like one of the new things here is that you will like the first audition at home, and then if they want you, then you will go for the second one, but now you will have to go, so that basically saves like a lot of money on transport and stuff like that.
Yes. Well, and another thing that that's been happening is, your first round of auditions will be all self-tape, and then if you get a callback, it's a Zoom callback.
Oh, okay.
So that's a whole new, that's a whole other added step to navigate, because now it's like you have to figure out Zoom, and there's like people are zooming in from all over the place, and some people's connection is not that great, and it's like you're trying to focus on the reader, but you can see the producers, and you can see it's like a whole new it's like a whole new world. So yeah, it feels very futuristic. I feel like I'm in a sci-fi film.
There you go. Yeah, I agree the same thing. I mean, I think we are in this new era, that in this new time in which everything goes like digitally, like a lot more than before,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, from all of your different performances so far, which one has been like the less the performance that you learned the most lessons from?
Wow.
Like the performance.
Yeah. I think what's cool is that been able to play a variety of different characters, and I feel like you learn a little something from each of them. If I had to pick one, I did a film called Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been?
Okay.
And it's based on a short story by Joyce Carol Oates. I think we spoke about it a little bit in our last interview, but it's essentially about trigger warning. It's about a young woman who is preyed on by a man who is not, he doesn't have the best intentions in mind. And I think it was just a really challenging film because she basically goes through like an emotional, mental breakdown throughout the course of this film. And I think I was so young at the time, and I learned so much about trusting your process as an actor, but also just trusting that it's okay to be an actor. I think sometimes there's this idea put out there that you have to like completely lose yourself in a role, and it has to be so real, and you have to forget that you're even on set, and that does happen. It happens like in moments, but for the most part, it's, you know that you're an actor, you know that you're playing pretend, and just being allowed to be okay with that, and be skilled as an actor as opposed to like losing yourself. I think it taught me a lot about that whole process, and also just being able to trust the people around you when you have to be in a very vulnerable space emotionally. It was a big challenge, learning curve.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. And like from all of your performances, either on plays, films, TV shows, like what are some of the moments that you treasure the most?
Man, I think the coolest thing about acting is that you basically just get to build relationships with people all day. And so it's almost just like collecting friends as you go through life. You know, you just get to collect more and more friends. So I think the moments that I really treasure are obviously the moments when you're on set getting to do what you do, but also those little in-between moments, like between cut and action, when you're just sitting and getting to know your cast members and like enjoying life with them. I found some of the funniest situations or the best situations I've ever been in are just sitting on a set waiting for someone to yell action and just like interacting with the people around you, you know?
Okay, cool. Now, what can we expect from Amy in the future?
Ooh. I love the sci-fi and fantasy genres. Those are like my two favorite genres of all time. I've always been obsessed with them. When I was a kid, I would write stories about dragons. Like, that's just where we are. And so I think I've been really lucky to do projects and also, you know, sort of acquire skills that fit me into that niche, like horse riding and sword fighting and that sort of thing. Yeah. So, I mean, I think you can just expect a lot more of that, you know, really wanting to focus on those two genres. I mean, obviously, if a script comes along that I love, I'm going to do it regardless of the genre that it is. But yeah, I think definitely more of a focused effort. And
that's so cool. That's so cool. You know what? I'm definitely gonna make like this huge party and even a festival if at some point you get the chance to be a Jedi.
Oh, okay. I almost wore a Star Wars cap this morning, and then I went for Baymax instead. But oh my goodness, that would be a dream come true.
Yeah. When that day happens, because I'm super sure that at some point we're gonna see you as a Jedi. I'm gonna make a festival out of it. You know, we're gonna make this huge party of it.
I'll take it. Listen, your lips to God's ears. I'm all for it.
Totally. I mean, since this video at some point it's gonna be on YouTube, then I'm gonna, you know, just like hashtagging Disney here and there, you know, just to be like, hey, you know, why not?
Yeah, please do. Well, I mean, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on his name, but the fantastic gentleman who stars in The Legend of Shang-Chi, I think he tweeted at Marvel like years and years ago. He was like, what about an Asian superhero? And now he's starring in The Legend of Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But
oh, okay.
So, you know, you never know. Here we go.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to start tweeting why not a South African superhero.
Why not a small, freckled South African superhero?
Or a Jedi.
Or a Jedi. Hey, exactly.
That would be cool. Yeah, I'll make that happen. I'm gonna spam Disney at some point. But anyway, moving on. Now, tell me, like, what do you like? Like, moving a little bit now since it's Hollywood Halloween season. Tell me, like, what do you like the most about it?
You know, it's so funny because we didn't really have Halloween when I was growing up in South Africa. It's not really a thing. I think it's becoming more of a thing now because you know the world is global and South Africa's like, wait, why do you guys get Halloween? We want it too. Totally. But definitely when I was growing up, it wasn't a thing. So I have loved coming to America and getting a chance to experience, like, I love candy, chocolate, huge sweet tooth. And I've never been trick-or-treating in my life. So I think just part of, I think that would be my biggest, like, the candy and dressing up as your favorite character from whatever show. It's just a lot of fun.
There you go. Yeah, I can agree on that. I mean, I never had like too much Halloween on it. We have here another celebration, totally different, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
What's the celebration that you have?
Day of the Dead.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I say like I know what it is, but in my mind I'm like, oh, like Coco, but you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of it. I mean, normally, so kind of the tradition, and I'm sorry if those who are watching this are like, come on, man, that's not what. But I think, what I think it is. So basically, it's like a celebration in which we will have we will put this. I don't know the word in English, but it's like let's say monument, you know, I don't know the specific word, but on that monument we will put like their favorite food or things that the one that we love who passed away enjoyed, you know. For example, if he loved pizza, we're gonna put some slices there. If he enjoyed wine, we're gonna put like a bottle of wine there. Movies, you know, like part of their hobby. So we're gonna make like this monument out of the things that he enjoyed and he loved. And we're gonna put like some candles on it, and then we like, back when I was little, I remember that my grandma used to do that for my grandfather, and then we will have, you know, like a family dinner, and we will just be talking about stories. I mean, of course, that when I was born, my grandfather already died, but they were like telling stories about my grandfather and everything. So that was a very cool cool experience, because he was like a very like a family. Yeah, it was very like a family. Yeah, it was very cool, you know. It was very nice to have all the family there, and to kind of mention that those who passed away that we love, like to tell stories from them, like having fun. And then like the local tale said that then what ended up happening is that during the night, like the day of the dead, basically on the night, the dead will come and eat all of those amazing stuff that we live in this kind of monument. I think that is kind of the tradition. I mean, to be honest, most of it I have like forgot parts of it. Because one of the things here is that since we're very close to the US, of course, that tradition is slowly, like very slowly, start to get away, you know, and how it's kind of like stepping in. I mean, of course, that there are like in a lot of the states here in the downtown area, they will make this huge with this huge decoration of the Day of the Dead, and it is amazing. And I actually have like some pictures of it. I'm gonna send them to them later to you, so you can check them out. Cool. And yeah, so basically we never. I mean, I like having trick or treat back in the day. I think I only had it once because like my parents were afraid that I was gonna get kidnapped, so they were.
Yeah, South Africa is also not like super conducive for trick or treat, for like little kids just going out and, you know. Yeah. But that's really cool. I think it's awesome to remember the people that they almost like live on in your memory.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And listen, if my family wants to lay out pizza for me after I'm gone, I am all about it. I will come and eat on that pizza. That's great.
Yeah, and I'll make sure that I will get like a lightsaber and put it there.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
There you go. But yeah, you know, it is. Yeah, like back then, I remember that it was like a very nice, like a nice family moment, because we will have like this huge dinner and just having fun, and it's like those kind of traditions that a lot of people wants to, you know, like to continuing them, because they're really cool actually. The funny thing here is that when I say Day of the Dead, a lot of people think that we do celebrate it like on a James Bond movie, you know, like I don't know the last one, like the previous one from the last one, in which we make like this huge festival. I mean, we don't do that. But it's so funny that we always think that we make like this huge festival for Day of the Dead. And it's like, yeah, we don't do that.
We don't really do that.
Yeah. But...
You mean James Bond is not 100% realistic? What?
I know. It was horrible. Yeah, when I saw that movie, it was in Mexico City when they recorded that, and I remember the memes, like the local memes, were like all of them were saying like I wish we could have like a Day of the Dead like that. I wish that because that would be awesome because we don't have that. So.
Come on, James Bond. Yeah, exactly. You just need James Bond. That's what's missing.
Yeah, no,
if you had James Bond, then
yeah, we need. Yeah, in any situation, if you put James Bond, it looks cool already.
100% better. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
So yeah, but tell me, if you could be in any horror franchise at the moment, like any, which one you would choose?
Okay, so here's the thing. I am terrible with horror. Like I scare so easily.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see like a weird picture and I have to sleep with the light on for a week. Like I'm way too sensitive. So, with that, I don't watch a lot of horror, but a series that is like on my bucket list, I've been targeting it for a while. I would love to be in this series. It's not purely horror, but it has horror elements. Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things.
Like that.
All about it. And it's listed as a like sci-fi horror. So it kind of fits the genre.
Okay, cool. Love that. And if you could pick like any costume for Halloween, like anyone, which one you would choose?
Okay, I have a go-to every year. I say every year. I mean, I've only done, dressed up like 2 years. But every year I have a onesie. It is a Chewbacca onesie.
That's cool.
So, and my hair, you can't really see it now because it's in my beanie, but my hair is kind of like crazy curly. So every year I am Chewbacca from Star Wars.
That's so cool. Love it. That's cool.
It's fun. It's very minimal effort, you just put the onesie on, the hair is going to do what the hair is going to do. It's very comfortable.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's great.
I do think that at the end of the day, what's important is to get like a comfortable costume,
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, and warm, because I'm in LA, so it doesn't get super cold, but I don't know. If you're gonna be cold, what's the point,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you need like a warm one. Yeah, I agree on that. Totally agree on that. Now, what are like some of the what are some of your back when you were a kid? Do you have like a horror character who pretty much ruined your childhood, or not at all?
Every horror character ever. Like I said, I was so sensitive. I have this vague recollection, and it's actually kind of frustrating because there was a film that absolutely traumatized me. Like I did not sleep. I did not. So my friend Nick is on here and he's teasing me because I just said it's cold in LA. Okay, Nick, I get it. It's not that cold. Anyway, I'm just in a beanie. But yeah, so I had this film that like traumatized me when I was a kid. I had so many nightmares. I would like recurring nightmares, and I to this day haven't been able to figure out what it is. But basically it was these witches and they would like kidnap and eat children. And every time I describe that to people, they say, oh, Hocus Pocus. No. And I've seen Hocus Pocus and it's not scary. And I refuse to believe. Pardon?
The Blair Witch Project?
No, it wasn't the Blair Witch Project. It very much felt like The Witches by Roald Dahl, but I don't know if it was. Anyway, it was really, really scary. And I still haven't been able to figure out what it is, but I refuse to believe that it was Hocus Pocus because I think I have a little bit more of a backbone.
So basically, it's about a movie in which witches will steal kids.
Yeah, they kidnap children, and I think that they eat them. I don't really remember, but it just honestly, like, I used to have these terrible nightmares from it. I don't know why I was even allowed to watch it. Have to have a chat with no, I'm joking. My parents were wonderful, but
was it Wicked? No, that was recently. That was in 2000.
No, I don't think it was Wicked. I don't know what it was. It was probably Hocus Pocus, and I was just an absolute wimp. But also, I was also very. I love Lord of the Rings. Absolutely obsessed with it to this day. Yeah. But Smeagol, or actually Gollum. Smeagol was kind of okay, but Gollum freaked me out I had nightmares about Gollum too.
I can understand that. Yeah. Yeah. So I got a list here from movies about witches. So
Okay.
let's go one by one.
We're
So,
just gonna great.
so let's start with. Okay, so there's one. Okay, so let's start. So Blair Witch Project. It's a no.
No.
The Craft. No, that wasn't either. Eve's Bayou. Hocus Pocus. No. Kiki. Oh wait, that's an anime. The Love Witch. No. Practical Magic. No. Rosemary Baby.
No, I don't think so.
Well, no. Suspiria. Back from 1977. It's an American. An American woman travels to Germany to enroll into her. No.
I don't know if I'm going to remember the name of it, to be perfectly honest.
Was it just like The Witches?
It might have been.
Yeah, in 1990.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, based on Roald Dahl novel of the same name, The Witches.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, it's far more disturbing than your average family movie, which is precisely why it's so great. It suggests to kids that any woman could in fact be a witch. A little boy stumbles into a convention of murderous, child-hating witches who keep their scabby bald heads and gruesome claws.
Yeah.
Probably that one.
It might, yeah. That sounds very familiar. And that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's probably what it was.
Okay. Cool. We solved the mystery then.
Nailed it.
All right. Cool. Now, any movie or TV show that you could recommend for Halloween?
Wow. Anything that's like not actually scary. I mean, honestly, just do like Harry Potter. I don't know. I love Harry Potter. So.
Yeah.
And you can choose. There's like something for everyone because the first couple aren't really that scary, and then the last couple are scary.
Yeah,
so you can kind of pick.
Yeah, it's true. Actually, we can see. Yeah, totally. Like the first three, you could tell that it was like a very family-friendly pace.
Totally, yes.
And then, at some point, they were getting like a little bit dark here and there. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now, do you have like any creepy or scary story you can tell us?
Okay, so I have something that happened to me.
Oh,
that was
okay.
Scary.
Those are the best ones. Okay.
And to this day, I've not been able to figure out what it was. And to this day, people laugh at me when I tell this story. So just brace yourself here. But I was living in a house. It was me and two friends of mine. Three friends of mine. So 4 ladies, but one of them was away. Anyway.
Okay. That was in the US?
Pardon?
That was when you moved to the US, or that was
Yes, this was in Los Angeles. It was in Silver Lake. So if anyone's watching who was involved in this story, you know who you are. And we had this attic. It was a really cool attic space. We turned it into like it was like a whole room in the attic. So we had beanbags and mattresses, and it was awesome. But to get to it, there was this ladder that came down from the ceiling that you had to pull down. And my room was right next to the ladder. So it's like, if here's the ladder, and then here's the door for my room, and my room is over here, right?
Okay.
So one evening, for whatever reason, I don't remember why, but we had the ladder down. Don't know why. And I'm sleeping in my bed, and I had a loft bed at that point, which was ridiculous because every time I sat up, I hit my head on the ceiling. But anyway, and I wake up at about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and I just hear this sound, and immediately I was like, that's a ping pong ball. It sounded like, when people bounce a ping pong ball on a table, and it's like as it gets like closer to the table.
Yeah.
So that's what it sounded like. Someone was very, very methodically, like rhythmically bouncing this ping pong ball somewhere. At first I thought it was underneath my bed, but then the more I listened to it, I was like, it's coming from outside my door. And it was the weirdest thing because I was like, this sound is a ping pong ball. I know it's a ping pong ball. Someone is bouncing a ping pong ball outside my room. Like I said, I'm an absolute wimp. I'm not the person that's going to be like, let's go check it out. I'm the person that's like, you go down to the basement. I'll stay up here and live. Thank you very much. Yeah. But eventually I was like, well, I'm going to have to figure out what this is. And I have a sword. And so I took my sword.
There you go.
That's what it does. Yeah.
That's it.
So I grabbed my, it's a practice sword. But anyway, I grabbed my practice sword. I open up my door, and I kid you not, Dan, not a word of a lie, out of literally thin air, this ping pong ball, an actual ping pong ball, like comes bouncing down the steps of the ladder leading up into the attic and rolls into the lounge. And I'm like, this is the day that I die. I have never been so freaked out in my life. First of all, couldn't believe it was an actual ping pong ball. Anyway, I sat in the lounge watching, because from the lounge or the living room, you have a view of the stairs into the attic. Sat on the couch in the living room for I don't know how long, probably like an hour, just watching the stairs. And eventually I was like, well, I have to do something, but I'm not going to go up into the attic, because if you go up into the attic, you go head first. You're so vulnerable. Like, there's no way. So I went and woke up the other two girls, which was like the worst idea. Can you imagine being woken up in the middle of the night? Like, there's a ghost, there's a phantom ping pong ball flying around. One of them was very logical. She was like, Amy, it's nothing. Like, probably just a ping pong ball that dropped out of the attic. Chill, go back to bed. Yeah. But I was very freaked out. And so eventually we called the police. I hate to. We called the police. The police came over. You could see on their faces, they were like, what am I doing here? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. They were so unimpressed. They searched our attic. They searched the house. They didn't find anything, obviously.
Yeah.
But still, to this day, I stand by my freaked out convictions, because where the hell did that ping pong ball come from? It just literally appeared out of midair, and it wasn't just like rolling around, it was bouncing. Someone was bouncing it outside my door. So yeah.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
That's the story of the haunted ping pong ball. There you go.
That's cool. That's epic. That's very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's like that's like the main key of the story. I mean, how could you explain a ping pong ball bouncing?
How do you explain the ping pong ball? Where did the ping pong ball come from? That's what I have to say to all the haters. Where did the ping pong ball come from?
Totally.
If it was the police said maybe it was a rat playing with the ping pong ball, and I was like, I'm sorry, sir, have you ever seen a rat bounce a ping pong ball very rhythmically? I don't think so.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, you're right on that.
I was very freaked out, but the next morning I thought about it and I was like, that was actually ridiculous. I can't believe we called these poor policemen who are just minding their own business, trying to get through the night shift, and there's these hysterical girls talking about a haunted ping pong ball.
Ping pong ball, yeah.
A bit much. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is cool. That's cool.
Thank you.
I love that story. Yeah, it's cool. It has like all the proper components. It has comedy, it has horror, it has mystery, it got drama. I mean, what else can we get?
What else do you need? I should turn it into a film. Be a very, very, very short film, but you know.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good idea though.
Thank you.
We'll see. Yeah, you know, I haven't got. I do have one. I do have like one story.
Yeah.
That was back in high school. I was like the worst student in the world, like literally the worst student in the world. I mean, I was that bad that I was like searching for different activities in school so they can give me like extra credit so I can pass, you know, like stuff like that.
Nice.
So I was so basically like all of my high school I went to this Catholic school, and every January or February, like something like that, they will pick like a group of kids. They will like kind of prepare them, and they will send them to like to this very far away communities, you know, which like most of the time they don't have like electricity, you know, like something like that, you know. So we can like either help them with something or like play with the kids there, like having fun and stuff like that, right? So I needed the extra credits, so I was like, I'm game. So since everybody knew that I was just looking for it, I was like, okay, good. So they sent me to like one of me and I think like two other friends of mine. They sent us there like to this town, like in the middle of nowhere, by the way. But the people there, they were like super amazing. I mean, those type of people, I love them because they will share everything they can. You know, even if they don't have like nothing, even if they have like very little, still they will share it to you. So that was like very humbling, cool experience. And then of course, a couple of kids there. We were like asking like if there's any scary story or something like that. Yeah. So the guy who was like our guide was like, yeah, there's actually one. Let me show you. So he took us to these woods. We were like walking and walking, and we were all excited, you know.
No, 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 no. Anytime someone says come to the woods, that's where you leave. That's
so
the end.
So we were just like walking there, and then he was like telling us that a couple of a couple of like 2 kilometers away there was this hacienda, that in that hacienda, like a very long time ago, there was this massacre, like something horrible happened, right? So we were going there. So I was like, okay, this is getting interesting. So at that point, I mean, when you're like 16, like 15, 16, I mean, you don't, you just don't think about this is a bad idea, right? I mean, you just go for the adventure. So we went there, and like we were getting close. I mean, there was a point in which you could see like the building, right? So we were like getting close. We were like, yes. And out of the nowhere, a white dog appeared. It was kind of big, but it was this beautiful. It was wide, like blue, like white eyes. But he was just like watching at us. You know, he wasn't barking. He wasn't doing anything. He was just looking at us. So of course that we got afraid, because out of the nowhere this white dog appears, and we were like, what? So then the local guy, he got like super anxious and super nervous, and then he told us like, hey, you know what? This is the first sign, we need to leave. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, we need to leave. And instead of being like, you know what, yeah, you're right, we were like, no, let's continue. So this friend of mine who was like just taking pictures, he took a picture of the dog because he was a really cool dog. So he took the picture, and like it was like one of those digital cameras back in the day that you took the picture and then you could see it, So so he took the picture and he showed it to us, and yeah, the dog was there.
Yeah.
And we continued, and then right we were like, then we were like in front of the building, and in front of the building there was this huge old door, like totally rusty, and then it was just like a barely open, and then out of nowhere this dark dog, big one, came. But that one was scary, because that one was growling and was like super like watching at you, like he was like watching like all of us, like he was just like taking turns like to see. And then when we saw that, then the local guy was like, let's go. And then we said, yeah, let's go. So my friend of mine took a picture of that dog too, and then we pretty much walk away. But while he was like walking away, he was like, we don't like the guy, this guy was telling us that like, let's just walk like slowly but backwards, because let's not give him like
Yeah.
So we were like going backwards, and then this growling dog went back inside, and then we were like, what the hell? And then this guy he started telling us the story that normally this white dog is like a normally would appear, in which telling you like, hey, don't go inside, because danger is coming. And then if you continue going, there will be like this dark dog, like black dog, and either they say that dog is not gonna do anything to you, but if you go inside it, that's when shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
So that night we were like just talking about it, and then my friend, I remember that he was just looking through the pictures, and then his face got all like like something bad happened. I was like, what is it? He showed me the pictures of it, and there were no dogs. No dogs. I swear, there were no dogs. I will ask him if he. I mean, I don't think he still got those pictures. Probably he does though. But there's like those two pictures, and in the picture that we took about like with the first dog, there's nothing. There's just like grass there. And then the second one, when there was like this huge dark dog, nothing. You will see just a rusty old door and be like, okay.
No, I can't. That's terrifying.
When we saw that, we got like, oh god.
You're like,
like we were like, something really, yeah.
You're
so
like, I just nearly died.
So the next morning, we spoke with this guy, and we were like, hey, check this out. And then he was just like, he was just saying like, yeah, I told you guys that I told you that something like that was gonna happen. Do you want to go back? We were like, no, we're not gonna go back.
No, good, clever man. And
Yeah.
thus you are alive to this day.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
terrifying. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's so
that
crazy.
was super terrifying though. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was super terrifying because yeah, like literally, there's like when we saw it, I was like telling him like check again. He was like, man, I'm checking and there's nothing. I mean, there's just this picture of this grass. When I swear, I mean, you saw the picture. There was a dog there, and I was like, yeah, I saw it too. There was a dog there,
Yeah.
and there was nothing, just grass.
It's so weird when something like that happens. It's so weird because I feel like we hear about stuff like that all the time, but when it actually happens to you, it's another level of creepy.
Yeah, totally. After that, I mean, even till this day, I mean, I'm still like trying to explain it, but I don't know how to explain it. I mean, because
Yeah.
I mean, the camera was working properly,
Yeah.
and I remember. I mean, we all saw it, and
Yeah.
and then to just disappear from the picture, that was weird though.
Man, that's weird, Dan.
Yeah.
That's a really good story though.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah. I don't. Of course, that after that, I'm always like, yeah, I'm not planning to go to any of those places anymore. You know, I'm just gonna just to, you know, I mean, I do enjoy whenever someone goes and take video, and I'm like, ah, that's cool. But
No, yeah. I mean, I think definitely. I have to admit, anytime someone's like, oh, there's something creepy here. Do you want to come see it? I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually have another one story. Like, I just remember one. And that was, and that doesn't have like another, that doesn't explain. So yeah, like some time ago, like 5 years ago, I think, I was in my house, and a friend of mine, we were playing Halo. So we were just like playing there, you know, having fun, and they were like playing, having beers, pizza, and then so in my house, in the house that I used to live, there was this, like this garden that in the night it looked incredibly creepy, super creepy, because there was, so you will go to the garden, and then there was like this like small hallway, and then you will see the garden, but in that hallway there was this beautiful green plant, so it was looking really good. During the day it looked beautiful, but during the night, I don't know why, it looked horrible. So and even if you put lights on it, it will still look bad. So I got like, so every now and then when I was returning home, like very late in the night, watching that, I was getting nervous, you know, like the you know. So but anyway, and the guy who rented me the house was telling me that there were like some there were like some ghost stories there, and I was like, whatever. So nothing happened that time.
Yeah.
It only happened once. So I was with this friend, and then we started to hear noises out of the kitchen, you know, like where you put like all of the plates and like the plates, the glasses, you know, the bowls, everything that you put it there. So we start hearing noises that some like if someone was just like playing with those, like with the plate, but from the inside of that kind of cabinet, you know. So we heard it, and I was like, wait a minute. So at first I was like, maybe it's a rat, because a month before I got like this huge rat infestation. It was horrible, by the way. So I was like, probably one of those rats. So I went downstairs, and of course that as I was there, this friend of mine was like, okay, so you go. And I was like, we both go. No, you go first. I was like, no, you go first. And he was like, man, it's a rat. Don't be afraid. I was like, the same thing I'm telling you. It's a rat. Don't be afraid. So of course we were afraid. So we were like going to open the cabinet, and I remember that I grabbed like a table to put like a shield, you know, and in a baseball bat that I have here. This is one that I got. And we were just like having it, and I was just like putting it. So we open it, nothing there. And I checked inside. There was no hole. There was no rat. There was no nothing. So that was and that was it. That was the only thing that happened. I was like, okay. So,
I mean, that's terrifying enough. Nothing else needs to happen. That's really terrifying.
Yeah, totally. Imagine that then we turn around and then we see like this creepy face or something.
No. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no. That's so...
Yeah, you know, like every time I'm saying that if at 4 a.m. you hear like a kid's jiggling,
no,
you're done.
Hell no.
Yeah.
No. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I have one more story that you just reminded me of. Is it okay? but this is not a horror. This is like, it was scary, but it's not creepy. So I used to live in a city called Johannesburg.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were living there, I'm trying to think how best to tell this story. You got to craft it. But basically, our house, there was a gate. It was an automatic gate, and there were 2 pillars on either side of it. And inside that, you know, that led into like a little driveway that came into the garden. And inside there was a tree right next to one of these pillars. And I love climbing trees to this day. I'm a tree climber. So I would get home from school and I would go and play like in this tree. And I just have this vivid memory of one day I'm climbing in this tree, I'm having the time of my life, pretending like, you know, I don't know, I'm the Tarzan, but Tarzanette or whatever. And I just had this feeling, you know that feeling when like the hairs on the back of your neck stand up? I just had this feeling of like just being very creeped out. I don't know why. It's never happened before in that tree, I mean, and it hadn't happened since. It was just this sense of like something's not okay. And I heard movement in the direction of the pillars, these 2 pillars that the tree was next to. And I was just, I don't know, like there was just this thing inside of me that was like, So I jump out this tree, I run inside, I carry on with my life, right? A couple of days later, our house was broken into while we were away, while my parents were at work and I was at school. They ransacked the house, you know, typical rubbery style, whatever. So we come home to just like, you know, the door's broken, and it was not it's not a nice experience to have your house broken into. But what was so creepy about it, I mean, apart from the fact that like our house had been broken into, was the police came and kind of did like a little scope out of the whole situation. And they said that obviously this was a planned job, and these people had been watching us and like logging our schedule and watching our comings and goings. And they found like evidence of these people on top of the pillars. And so basically this person, whoever it was, had been sitting like pretty much within grabbing distance of me while I'm playing in this tree, just like watching me. I was so freaked out. I was like, cool.
Oh my god.
But anyway, sadly I didn't see them, so I couldn't give any kind of description. But maybe I would have been more traumatized if I had seen them. So it's probably a good thing.
Yeah, totally.
But anyway, it was just,
you
it's one of those moments where in hindsight you're like, oh, that's not cool.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Okay.
Wow.
We're okay. We all lived.
Yeah, we all lived, and because of that, and because you're alive, I need to. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. So, well, I mean, what can I say? At the end of the day, those really cool stories, epic ones. I love them. And the same thing here. I can't wait to see more of your awesome work in the future. I'm super sure that at some point we will see you in this huge movie franchise. I'm super sure of it. You keep killing it because you're super talented and badass. And you know, right now, if someone would tell me like, what do I think about Amy, or how can I describe your career, I would only say this. And that's it. And again, thank you so much. Also, thank you so much for those who tune in. If you're watching this later on the YouTube, on the YouTube channel, or listening to this later on the podcast, normally what I would say is for you to put pause. You can leave a like or subscribe. I mean, it really helps me a lot. And then hydrate, and then go follow Amy. Leave like a lot of comments here. Like follow all of her job. Leave likes, share, spread the word. Make sure that we make sure that Disney knows that we have this amazing actress that we need her as a Jedi or a Stormtrooper, at least, you know, something, you know.
I'll be a Stormtrooper. Yeah, I'm not picky.
Totally. And before I send you off, I need to send you off again in that proper epic badass way. So there you go. There you go.
Thank you.
Keep having an amazing rest of the day, an amazing weekend. Keep killing it with that awesome hat as well. And yeah.
Thanks so much, Dan. It's always such a pleasure to chat to you. Thanks for having me on.
See you in the next one, okay?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.